Okay, now year 7s, we're continuing on with the short answer and extended response questions. So this question here on your test is question 31. 31. Okay, so Nadine has some savings for a trip. She deposits an additional 700, so she has some savings, and she deposits an additional 700. She then uses half of her total savings for an airfare. Then she spends 300 on travel insurance. Okay, so A, draw a flow chart to show the amount she has spent, Y, Let X be the initial amount of Nadine's savings. Okay, so we've got our flow chart. The first box we start with is X because that's her initial amount. So if we go back to the first part of the question, she deposits an additional $700. So this means she has added $700 to her initial savings. And this gives us, in our next part of our flow diagram, X plus 700. Okay, what comes next in the question? Then uses half of her total savings to pay the airfare. So half is the same as saying divided by 2, isn't it? So we've got, she divides total savings by 2. Okay, so this gives our next part of the flow diagram as X plus 700, and we want all of this divided by 2. Okay. Now, our next bit. Then she spends $300 on travel insurance. So this means she's taken $300 out of her savings to pay for travel insurance. So this is minus $300. So in the end, our last box in our flow diagram is the rule. So we have to remember that we're taking $300 from the whole amount. So we've got 700 divided by 2. And we'll put this in brackets because we want to take our 300 from the whole amount. Okay, so this is our flow diagram for A. Okay, so that's helped us make our rule. So write an algebraic rule to describe the flow chart. So we want our rule to show the amount that she has spent for her holiday, which was Y. We got that from our question at the start, from question A. So Y, and then we were able to work out the relation, how she has spent her money in our flow diagram. So the rule is our last bit of our flow diagram, X plus 700 divided by 2, all in brackets, minus 300. Okay. And now we'll move on to C. Use the rule to find how much Nadine has spent if she had $4,100 in her savings initially. Okay, so we just have to remember what our pronumerals stand for here. So Y equals the amount spent, and X equals initial savings. So from the information here, we know that her initial savings were $4,100. So we can say that X equals 4,100. And then we just substitute X into our equation. So the first thing we do is write out our rule. So X plus 700 divided by 2, all in brackets, minus 300. Now we substitute 4,100 for X, so we've got Y equals 4,100 plus 700 divided by 2, all in brackets, minus 300. Now the first part of this we do is the brackets. So we do what's on the top of the line. So 1,100 plus 700 equals 4,800. We haven't divided it by 2 yet, so don't forget that. All in brackets minus 300. Next we do our division, so we've got y equals 4,800 divided by 2, which equals 2,400. We don't need to put our brackets because we've done everything that's in the brackets, but we can't forget our minus 300. Then we do our subtraction, so 2,400 minus 300, and that equals 2,100. So we know that y equals 2,100 when x equals 4,100. So then our answer for this question, we'll write in words. Nadine has spent $2,100, and we'll put this in a box as well. Okay. Okay, so question 38 now, which is the last question. We've got, I open my bank account. In the first week, I deposit X dollars. Each week after that, I decide to bank $4 more than the previous week. Write an expression in simplest form for the amount of my fourth deposit. So let's write this out as a table first. So we'll put weeks here and dollars. So week 1, we started with X dollars. Week 2, if we look at the question, each week after, we decide to bank $4 more than the previous week. So week 2, we've got X plus 4. Week 3, we need $4 more than X plus 4. So again, that's X plus 4 plus 4. And then for week 4, we've got X plus 4 plus 4, and for the fourth week, plus 4. Okay, so we can write that down as a start. So we've got X plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. But we need to simplify this because we've got all the constant terms here, which can be added together. So in simplest forms, this equals X plus 12. So our expression for my fourth week is X plus 12. Now for question B, how much money did I deposit in the first 4 weeks altogether? Okay, so we've got our equations for each week here. So for week 1, in our table, we deposited X. For week 2, we deposited X plus 4. For week 3, we deposited X plus 4 plus 4, which can be simplified to X plus 8. And then for the fourth week, we deposited X plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, which again can be simplified to X plus 12. Okay. So, how much money did I deposit in the first 4 weeks? So we want to know the total deposit. So we can start with this. Deposit. And what we do is we just add all the deposits from each week. So that's our table. So we start with X, and then we want to add X plus 4. We can put that in brackets to start with. So that's week 2. Then we want to add deposit for week 3, which was our simplified version was plus 8, so X plus 8. And then for week 4, which our simplified version was X plus 12. Now, because there are no coefficients in front of the brackets, we can just remove all the brackets. So that can become X plus 4 plus X plus 8 plus X plus 12. Okay, now this can be simplified using like terms. So if we circle all the like terms, we've got X is a like term, X, 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 and then we'll put a square around all the constants, which also can be simplified. So the simplified version of this equation, we've got 4x's plus 24. That's adding our constants of 12, 8, and 14. So our answer for the total deposit is 4x plus 24, and I've just put a box around that. Now our final question, how much money do I have in my account after 4 weeks if my initial deposit was $11? So my initial deposit. So in question B, we've written a total deposit. So we can use that equation in this answer. And from the start of the question, we know that our first week deposit is X. So that's our initial deposit here, which equals X. So we know that X equals 11. And then we can just substitute X into this equation. So we've got 4 times 11 plus 24, which equals 44 plus 24, which equals $68. And we'll put a box around our total deposit. Okay, so that's it, guys. If you have any questions, come and see me on Monday and we can discuss it. Have a nice weekend.